Hello, dear viewers, and a very warm welcome back to the channel. We delve today into the fascinating world of the British royal family, specifically focusing on a series of recent developments surrounding His Royal Highness, Prince William, the Prince of Wales, and heir to the throne. These events highlight his evolving role, his willingness perhaps to navigate complex and sensitive international issues, and the subtle yet significant ways the monarchy continues to adapt in the modern era. Before we fully immerse ourselves in this intriguing narrative, if you appreciate these deep dives into royal affairs, please do take a moment to show your support by giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Your engagement truly helps us continue bringing you these stories. Our story begins at the venerable Kensington Palace, a residence steeped in history where Prince William recently undertook a significant engagement. In a move that underscores his increasing prominence on the global stage, particularly during the reign of his father, King Charles III, the prince extended a special invitation to a group of individuals whose work is both vital and incredibly challenging. These were dedicated aid workers from the Palestinian Red Crescent Society, often referred to by its acronym PRCS. The purpose of this meeting was clear and profoundly important: to honor and acknowledge the courageous and tireless efforts of these humanitarian professionals. They operate on the front lines of some of the most difficult and dangerous environments imaginable, providing crucial assistance to those suffering amidst conflict and crisis. The Prince of Wales was keen to hear directly from them, to understand the realities of their work, and to express his deep concern regarding an ongoing, devastating conflict that has captured the world's attention. During this meeting, held in the dignified surroundings of Kensington Palace, the aid workers shared their experiences. They spoke of the immense hurdles they face daily in delivering essential aid: food, water, medical supplies to vulnerable populations. They described the challenging operational environment, the risks they undertake, and the sheer scale of the humanitarian needs they strive to address. Prince William listened intently, absorbing the gravity of the situation, as relayed by those living and working within it. Following this important engagement, Kensington Palace released a statement that served to reaffirm the prince's steadfast commitment to shining a light on the humanitarian crisis unfolding in the region. The statement from the palace read, and I quote directly, "The Prince of Wales continues to follow the humanitarian situation in the Middle East closely." This seemingly brief sentence carries considerable weight, signaling sustained attention and concern from a senior member of the royal family regarding a highly sensitive international issue. It confirms that his engagement with the PRCS aid workers was not a one-off event, but part of an ongoing focus. This recent meeting at Kensington Palace and the subsequent statement from the palace echo and build upon a previous, highly notable intervention made by Prince William earlier this year. It was back in February when the prince made a statement concerning the conflict that was widely described as unprecedented for a member of the British royal family. For generations, the convention, indeed the established protocol, for British royals has been to remain scrupulously neutral when it comes to international conflicts and political disputes. They represent the state, but are expected to remain above the political fray, acting as symbols of unity and continuity, rather than expressing personal or political opinions on contentious global issues. However, in February, Prince William appeared to deviate from this long-standing tradition. During a visit to the British Red Cross headquarters in London, he spoke out with what was perceived as a direct and powerful plea regarding the situation in Gaza. His words were poignant and urgent. He stated, and again, these are his exact words, "There is a desperate need for increased humanitarian support to Gaza. It's critical that aid gets in and hostages are released." This public utterance, calling for an end to the fighting as soon as possible, and specifically mentioning the need for aid access and hostage release, was significant precisely because of the typical royal stance of neutrality. It marked a rare occasion where a senior royal, particularly the heir, publicly addressed the specifics of an ongoing, highly polarized international conflict. Reports at the time, citing sources close to the heir to the throne, indicated that this was not a spontaneous remark. According to information shared with the newspaper The Guardian, Prince William had reportedly given the matter long and hard consideration before making his intervention. This suggests a deep awareness of the potential implications of his words. understanding the weight they carry, especially given the historical role of the royal family in global politics and diplomacy, even if that role is primarily symbolic and advisory today. The decision to speak out, knowing it could be seen as a departure from convention, highlights the depth of his concern regarding the humanitarian catastrophe. It suggests a calculated decision to use his platform to draw attention to the urgent need for aid and a resolution to the conflict, prioritizing the humanitarian imperative over strict adherence to traditional protocol. The timing of this recent meeting at Kensington Palace with the PRCS aid workers, and indeed the reaffirmation of Prince William's focus on the humanitarian situation, occurs against a backdrop of other significant and potentially complex diplomatic events. Notably, it comes on the heels of much anticipation surrounding a potential second state visit to the United Kingdom by former US President Donald Trump. While the original source text provided does not explicitly state that the Trump visit is confirmed *, at this exact moment *, it frames the discussion around it being much anticipated and following the heels of the Williams/PRCS events, suggesting it is either imminent or a major topic of discussion. Let's proceed with the understanding that this visit is a significant element in the current diplomatic landscape surrounding the royal family. Should this visit proceed as anticipated, King Charles III is expected to undertake the traditional role of hosting the former US President at Buckingham Palace, the monarch's principal residence and administrative headquarters. State visits are highly choreographed diplomatic events, signifying the close relationship between the United Kingdom and the visiting nation. They typically involve ceremonial welcomes, formal dinners, and meetings with senior members of the government and the royal family. However, reports have emerged suggesting that the decision for King Charles to host Mr. Trump for a second state visit may have been complicated by underlying tensions. Specifically, it has been reported that the UK government's decision to extend this invitation may have gone against the King's wishes, at least initially. The reasons cited for this reported reluctance on the part of the monarch are said to be rooted in concerns related to Canada, a country with deep historical ties to the United Kingdom, and where King Charles serves as the head of state. The reported tension stems from previous remarks made by Mr. Trump concerning Canada. On a previous occasion, the former US president reportedly delivered a speech in which he speculated or suggested the possibility of Canada becoming the 51st state of the United States. This kind of comment, suggesting the potential absorption of a sovereign nation, is highly sensitive, particularly when that nation is a close ally and a realm where the British monarch holds the constitutional position of head of state. King Charles, in his capacity as head of state of Canada, has previously spoken affectionately and affirmingly about the nation. He has publicly asserted the strength and independence of Canada, famously stating that the true North is indeed strong and free, echoing lines from the Canadian national anthem, O Canada. Such comments from the monarch underscore the sovereign status of Canada within the Commonwealth and its independent identity. Therefore, hosting a figure who has publicly mused about Canada losing its sovereignty could potentially be seen as awkward or even contrary to the monarch's role and sentiment towards the country. The report suggests that the UK government, for reasons of diplomatic strategy or maintaining relations with the United States, proceeded with arrangements for the visit despite this potential complication, or the King's reported initial reservations. This highlights the delicate balance within the British constitutional monarchy, where the monarch acts on the advice of the elected government, even if there might be private differences of opinion on certain matters of state. So, we see a complex picture emerging. On one hand, Prince William is increasingly stepping onto the world stage, using his platform to address critical humanitarian issues like the conflict in the Middle East, even if it means navigating the traditional boundaries of royal protocol. His decision to meet with the PRCS aid workers in the subsequent palace statement reinforce his commitment to this focus, building on his earlier, more public statement in February. This suggests a future king who is willing to engage with difficult global realities and advocate for humanitarian needs. On the other hand, the monarchy, represented by King Charles, is simultaneously involved in high-level diplomacy, potentially navigating sensitive issues related to state visits and international relationships, such as those with the United States and Canada. The reported dynamic between the government and the monarch regarding the potential Trump visit adds another layer of complexity, illustrating the subtle political currents that flow beneath the surface of royal duties. These events, viewed together, offer valuable insights into the evolving role of the British royal family. Prince William, as the heir, is clearly positioning himself as a figure concerned with global welfare and willing to lend his voice to humanitarian causes. This proactive stance might be seen as a necessary adaptation for the monarchy to remain relevant in a world grappling with immense challenges. Meanwhile, King Charles continues the traditional duties of state, navigating the intricate pathways of international diplomacy, sometimes perhaps finding his personal sentiments or ties tested by the practicalities of government policy. The decision by Prince William to engage directly with aid workers and speak out on the humanitarian situation, especially after careful consideration, signals a potential shift in how the future monarch intends to use his influence. It underscores the significant platform the royal family possesses and the potential impact of their words and actions on global awareness and even diplomatic efforts, however indirect. What do these developments tell us about the direction of the monarchy under King Charles, and the likely approach of Prince William when he eventually takes the throne? It seems we are witnessing a monarchy that respects tradition, but is also willing to engage with contemporary issues, even those that are politically charged, particularly when humanitarian concerns are at stake. Prince William's actions suggest a willingness to be more vocal on specific issues he feels passionately about, perhaps balancing the traditional neutrality with a modern need to address global suffering. This series of events, Prince William's meeting with aid workers, his previous unprecedented statement, the palace's reaffirmation of his focus, and the backdrop of potential diplomatic complexities surrounding an upcoming state visit, provides a rich tapestry of current royal life and responsibilities. It highlights the challenges and opportunities faced by the royal family as they continue their work on the world stage, balancing historical precedent with the demands of the 21st century. This particular moment, with the heir focusing on humanitarian aid amidst conflict and the sovereign potentially navigating diplomatic sensitivities related to a controversial visitor and international relationships, offers a compelling look at the different facets of royal duty and influence. This event certainly gives us much to reflect upon regarding the role of the monarchy in a complex world. Prince William's actions are particularly noteworthy as he prepares for his future role. We'd love to hear your thoughts on this. What do you make of Prince William's decision to speak out on humanitarian issues? How do you see the role of the royal family evolving in international affairs? Please share your opinions in the comments section below. Don't forget to like this video if you found it informative, subscribe to the channel for more updates on the British royal family, and join us next time for another deep dive into the stories that matter. Thank you for watching.